Tonight at sundown, Jews across the world will begin marking the Passover holiday, and we've invited Tina Wassermann, author of Entree to Judaism for Families, to show us some traditional dishes that you could make. And I'm so blown away by this cookbook because you're all about cooking with children and bringing them in from the very beginning.
Yes.
And to center everything around the table.
Right, because if you think about what is Jewish cooking, really it's the tradition of everybody's inheritance from different countries, from wherever they came from, that happen to be Jewish.
And so if I'm cooking Indian, I know that maybe there's some curry in there.
Right.
Tell me about Jewish cooking. What tip, is that matzah now?
Yes, now this is matzah. I'm going to make we're making matzah bride today, and I'm going to show you about matzah granola, Passover granola, but I will talk to you about the Jewish cooking as well. Jewish cooking cannot be typified by any particular spice or cuisine. It really depends on where the Jew came from. We know in this country we think of Jewish cooking as Eastern European cooking because bagels and brisket and kugel or bread pudding.
And matzo balls.
And matzo balls. That's all more Eastern European, but Jews have lived in India for over 2,000 years and in Italy for over 2,000 years.
So it's like all foods, it's kind of taken on the region.
Absolutely.
All right, tell me what matzah is.
Okay, matzah is basically flour and water that has been mixed together, and from the time the water hits the matzah, it has to be baked completely within 18 minutes in order to be certified kosher for Passover.
Is there any egg in that?
No. There can be egg, and that is more of a modern invention. But matzah is just flour and water, and that is baked, and it's called the bread of affliction. And what I'm trying to show today is it doesn't have to be an affliction for the rest of the 8 days of Passover, because after the Sedars tonight, when we're eating matzah, then we can do things that are interesting and fun and flavorful with the matzah. So what I'm doing here today is I'm browning some butter. I'm taking my matzah. I'm taking an egg.
You want me to do that for you?
Oh, well, okay.
You want me to stir it up?
I'll tell you what. Where's the, well, okay. Let's put the egg in here, and here's 1/4 cup of milk.
All right.
And then I have 1/4 teaspoon, of cinnamon.
Oh.
I'm not cinnamon, of salt.
All right.
And then 1 teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of sugar.
All right.
And I use a little bit more sugar because my ancestors came from a part of Eastern Europe that tended to use more sugar.
All right. Now, when do you put that matzah in that butter?
Okay, wait, not yet. Not yet. First, we're making this. Basically, what I'm showing you is how to make you could either call it a matzah frittata or French toast.
Oh, all right.
Okay,
and
now
so
because
I've done that.
Okay, and then I'm adding a little
bit of vanilla.
A little bit of vanilla because I think vanilla and sugar bring out the flavor.
All right.
Okay.
Let's throw that in there. Stir that up.
And you can do the exact same thing with your French toast. Absolutely.
All right. So this is
now. I want to point out something to you. If you're using a large bowl, this is a great whisk to use. This is a whisk that's called a bar whisk.
I love this.
And I like to use it with children.
Yes.
Because they have more control over it. So now we're going to mix that into the matzah.
All right. Do you use your hands in this?
Nope. This time I don't. I use my hands in cooking all the time, but not this time.
We got to stir this up and get in there because we got 1 minute. Can you believe that?
No.
And you know, while you're doing that and you're putting there, I want you to know that this cookbook is on iTunes.
It just came out.
It is interactive on iTunes. She took all the photographs. There are videos that you can download from iTunes, and you can learn how to do everything she's doing, not just in a book, but on iTunes as a video. I think you're fabulous.
Thank you, but I want to point out that if the child has the book on their iPad, they can be looking at it in the back seat of a car.
Oh, that's exactly right.
The way children work today, it's interactive.
All right, now we're frying that up.
It was on. There we go.
There it is.
Okay. Now, I wanted to point out another thing that I made. This is Passover granola. There is no good Passover breakfast cereal on the market. The commercial products are terrible, and nobody has time to make matzah brei every single morning for their children when they have school or when they're going to work. So what I've done is I've combined matzah farfel, and this is matzah farfel.
All right.
Matzah farfel is broken up pieces of matzah. You
matzah?
can buy it that way.
All right.
With all of these wonderful ingredients.
Yes.
With peanuts, not peanuts, I'm sorry, with almonds and pecans and coconut
and
cinnamon,
candied raisins
with
and
the,
all
with
of
the
that.
fruits added to the end. And then to make it even special, I have something for you to taste.
Is this a candy? It's
Yes,
chocolate?
I melt chocolate and I take some of the granola.
Oh, this looks wonderful.
So you have a candy, you have a cereal, you have a snack.
Where can we learn other ways to come to your cooking classes?
Okay,
Quick, tell it quick.
I don't have cooking classes, but I'm on Facebook right now. I have videos for how to make matzah brie on Facebook, how to make kashmir to matzah. I have a website. I'm on Twitter, and the book. What I was going to tell you is the book is all interactive, so that you can see pieces of equipment when you just cursor over the equipment.
All right, I'll tell you something right now. This is so difficult when she has all this to tell and get out in 5 minutes. Can you imagine doing it? But you can when you go to this cookbook, and you can find these recipes on our website, thebroadcasttv.com. Just click on recipes, and oh, thank you for being here today and doing this race with me. Next, we're dancing our way into a charitable spirit with the help of our friend, Jolene DeVito. Stick around to see what she's up to and how you can help.